Good afternoon, my 2020 listeners. Today I'm going to take a quote from Nino, G Money, and the Dutta Man from the renowned organized crime movie New Jack City. And the quote goes as such: "Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am." We're not going to play no games today, y'all. We're going to get right into it. Welcome. This is the 2020 Vision Podcast. I am Mike Chuck 1212. Today I want to talk about success as it relates to professionalism and bringing your brother up or leaving your brother. I also want to talk about yes men and the inclusion or exclusion of yes men in the professional process. And I use the word professional process loosely. I mean, if you have a podcast, if you're a radio personality, if you're rapping, if you're singing, anything, people that just say yes don't benefit you in any way. But we'll get to that. Let's get to this this brother's keeper situation. So I was sitting up the other day and I was listening to Rick Ross's new album, Rather You Than Me. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm a fan of Rick Ross. I think that Rick Ross is one of the most consistent artists. He always puts something out. The product is going to be what it is. It's going to be a good product. It's going to sound great. His production quality is great. And his rap skills improve each time you hear an album from him. There's a high level of consistency that's associated with Rick Ross's albums. But I was listening to it. I was listening to the song Santorini Greece, and it made me think. The song Santorini Greece puts me in the mind that, Rick Ross is a boss. Truthfully. He's a boss. And I say that because Rick Ross he's distributed wealth amongst his team, amongst his MMG team, in my opinion, properly. They all seem to be successful on some level or another. And it just seems like as a producer, as the lead man for MMG, as the man for his team, his camp, whatever you want to call it seems as if he does things the right way. And it seems as if he has the blueprint for it. You know what I mean? And I just wish that others would follow that same sentiment and follow those same footsteps. And the very next song after Santorini Greece, that song is called Idols Become Rivals. Rick Ross discusses at an nauseam the situation between Baby and Lil Wayne, the whole Cash Money records and all that stuff. He discusses that ad nauseum. I bring that up because it is hard for me to understand how, at this point in hip hop and the rap game and entertainment, we still got people coming up from the slums. That's not going to change. We still got talented, young black Americans that are coming up and showing that they have a knack for entertaining and things like that. We still got that. That's not going to change. But we still got people fucking them. And I don't understand that. I can't fathom that. And I can't respect that. We still got situations where people not getting paid and having disputes about money. And that don't make no goddamn sense. First of all, I was listening to the song, right after I got done listening to Santorini Greece. I listened to that song and I went on social media and I'm looking around and I'm looking around at, pictures of Lil Wayne and stuff like that. I see a picture of Lil Wayne. I think it was on the Shade Room where I saw this or something. But Lil Wayne was with Rick Ross. And Lil Wayne had said that, Big Bro came to holler at me about some stuff. First of all, that just goes to show, what investing properly can do for you and what making the right decisions financially can do for you and things of that nature. Lil Wayne been around. Lil Wayne and I are both 34. We'll be 35 this year. Lil Wayne been around since he and I were in the 11th grade. We were 16 years old. Lil Wayne been a staple in hip-hop. Say what you want, but Lil Wayne has been a staple in hip-hop since 1998. How in the hell somebody come out in 2006 and that's your big brother? People gotta think about that. You really gotta think about that shit. That's crazy. And around the time when Rick Ross came out, this big brother to Lil Wayne, around the time where Rick Ross came out, Lil Wayne was probably the best rapper in the game at that point in time. I don't care what nobody says to me. Ain't no other way to call it. Between the years of 2004 and probably like 2009, 2010, Lil Wayne was probably undoubtedly the best rapper in the game, above Jay-Z, above Nas. And don't get it twisted. Nas and Jay-Z, that's the pinnacle of rap in my opinion. Lil Wayne was probably the best rapper in the game between those years, 04 to 2010. You know what? Realistically, we'll say 2005 to 2010. I'm trying to figure out what decisions we making. You know what I'm saying? What we doing? You know what I mean? That's another story for another day. Rick Ross, like I said, he speaks about, the situation with Cash Money Records and how, these guys can't get paid. And it's hard for me to understand. It is baffling for me to understand. It's crazy. Because not only are we talking about people, Lil Wayne, Birdman, Turk, Manny Fresh, Juvenile. Not only are we talking about people, BG, don't let me forget big homie BG. We're talking about people that all come from the same place. They all come from the same background. They all come from the same hoods in America, the same slums in America. You know what I'm saying? Say what you want about Lil Wayne not being, a gangster or whatever. That's fine. Say what you want about Rick Ross not being a gangster. You ain't got to be no gangster to come from the hood. I'm proof of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no hood nigga whatsoever. I'm from the hood though. I'm born and raised in the hood. Don't get that shit twisted. But how we got people coming from the same place, can relate to the same things, can see the same things growing up, and be friends growing up, but you can't do right by these niggas as adults. What type of shit is that? I don't understand that. I can't fathom it for 1 second. I know it happens still. It's just hard for me to understand. It is hard for me to understand. Shout out to my cousin back home in Little Rock, Arkansas, Mr. V. Mr. V been rapping for a long time. And he been making beats. Well, not making beats. He's been using the same producer. He's been rapping with the same core group of people for a long time. I cannot imagine for 1 second, they come from 2100 block. They come from, I believe that's the south side. I don't know. My geographical, interpretation of Little Rock is all off these days. People correct me about it all the time. But I cannot imagine that he makes it big with these cats. And they can't get their money situation together. I don't see how that works. I don't understand that. we come from the same places in America. We all come from the quote unquote struggle, if you will. How we can't take care of each other? I said on the last episode, we're stronger together than we are apart. And that's the absolute truth. Whether you want to accept it or not, that's the absolute truth. You can't punch a man in the face with your index finger. If you do, he's probably going to laugh at you and knock your ass out. But if you take your index finger, your ring finger, your middle finger, your pinky finger, your thumb, and you ball them up and you make a fist, you can hit a motherfucker pretty hard with a fist. You feel me? And I definitely took that from Soul Food. I forget Mother's name. Mother said that though. You make them fingers into a fist, you can strike a mighty blow. It's important that we maintain that thought process of togetherness, of being your brother's keeper for real, and not shooting him in the head like Nino did, and not stabbing Nino in the back like G Money did. It's important that we understand that. And I use that movie as an example. I use that movie quote as an example because of the simple fact that a lot of us, especially us men in Black America, we caught up in this dumbass image of what hard hood real nigga is supposed to be. And you see the real niggas that they put on TV, them niggas always wound up killing each other. Them niggas always wound up doing something stupid. Even these so quote unquote real niggas like Baby, you know what I'm saying, Lil Wayne, they fucking each other or getting fucked by the other one. You know what I'm saying? That's if we're gonna be real, let's be real. Let's look after each other. Let's go to bat for each other. Let's make sure that your brother, that my brother, let's make sure we all get taken care of. You know what I'm saying? To quote Jay-Z, big up your brother. Big up your borough. You big enough to do it. And you claim to be that thorough. You know what I'm saying? Let's act like that. Enough about that though. I want to get to these yes men. I was on Facebook Live the other day. And my dog Ugly Reggie, once again, go check out the Ugly Reggie blog. I'm sorry. And check out his videos on Facebook. Reggie Robinson. He was talking about, yes men and how we have to treat professionalism. We got to approach professionalism professionally. I have a good friend of mine. I've talked about her. She's been a guest on the podcast, Natalie. Natalie is going through chemotherapy for stage 4 lung cancer right now. She's doing very well, though. If anybody, pray for her, we certainly appreciate that. She's doing very well. Natalie gives me so much shit about, improving this and doing that. You need to do this. You need to do that. She gives me shit all the time. And I'm going to admit to you that, I'm an emotional person, so sometimes I don't want to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? But I do know in my heart of hearts that she only means the best for me. She's going to be around. You know what I'm saying? I got, my boy, my boy Z. Everybody know my boy Z, my boy D Block, my brother. They all give me a little bit of shit about, improvements to make. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I'll admit that, deep down it's like, damn, man, crushing my shit. Damn, that was a kick in the nuts. But I can't put out a good product if motherfuckers don't tell me what they really think is wrong with my shit. I can't do it. So to all my entertainers, all my comedians, my rappers, my singers, if the circle around you all fan your shit, if they all telling you that your shit is the shit, they lying. They are fucking lying. They are fucking lying.